Previously on Road to HermitCraft. Hello my geeks and welcome back. I hope you guys like big cutscenes because I kind of done it. This is slow. This is very, very slow. Ah! Oh no, they're falling! No! Villagers! Goodbye! Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Ladies and gentlemen, geeks and nerds, welcome back to the very exciting conclusion of this episode. Welcome to the crazy door party. These guys, so much noise. I've turned my sounds right down, it's down to 1%, so we don't go insane. But yeah, so we're up to 21 villagers now, 21 out of 21. So if you look over on the left hand side, fourth line from the bottom, 21 out of 21. So now is the time to start moving the odd few of these out to their respective satellite pods that we need them in. So these have been breeding here in the spawn chunks while I've been off gathering resources, and it's taken me a good few hours, like maybe 4 hours of gathering resources. Jeez, we're almost there. There's a few things just cooking up still smelting. I don't have a very good furnace array, but they're smelting away, so should be done soon, and then we'll have all the bits ready. So while they're smelting, let's move these guys off to where they should be. Right, time to get the rails out. And there is the first guy in his place. That wasn't too bad. Yes, he went in the bottom there, and there was a bit of dirt that we removed, and then he swims up, and because the cylinder is made of glass, it doesn't drown. He just swims up and swims to the top. This village is going to go up and down to kind of control when the villages become villages and stuff. So we've got the second one to put in here. So let's get this guy in. So get my cart in there. That's it, guy. Well done. You go in there. Good stuff. Good stuff. Right. Let's put that there so you don't come out. Now he's going to probably take a bit of damage here, but that's all right. Ready? Hi. I'd like the mic up back, please. Alright, cool. He's in place. Just got to clean this up and get the others in. Right, let's crack on. So I've got this water here. That's going to push them where they need to go. And I just need to break these blocks here. I'll start with the bottom one, I think. So they can't step up. Then this one. So they can go that way. And now if I put some water on this side, it will encourage them to go in, I think, maybe. Right, get in there. So yeah, it's not going to get all of them, so that's all right. Let's get some blocks. So in you go. In you go. Oh, there's a baby. You got going too, dude. In you go. See you later. Welcome to the rest of your life. In there. No, I don't want to get caught in there. That'd be bad news. So let's jump up here. Jump up here. Now, in theory, we've got a lever here that we should press, and that should push all of them over there. I think that's it. I think we've done it. Alright, so just need to clean all of this up, put the water in the top spawning pad, and then we can turn this thing on. Oh my geez. Here we go. Okay, we are ready to turn it on for the very first time. Will this work? Alright, fingers crossed. So there's our initial village over there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to press this button. That should start the sequence to create all 16 villages. And I'm going to go into spectator mode, and then we can watch all of these spheres appear and move around and see what it looks like. Alright? Okay, here we go. It's on. Okay, my geeks. This is not good news. Not good news. It doesn't look like it's working. Looks like I've done something wrong. But that's alright. So it's kind of working. So these pistons are going across. So you can see they're gradually extending. But that should mean for every piston there should be another village. But if you look at these colours, we should have a different colour for each village. So it looks like we've only got 2 villages. We've got the yellow one, and then all the other doors have all merged into one village, this pink one. So there is a problem somewhere. So I'm going to have to look at the world download from the tutorial, compare it to what I've done here, go through the tutorial again, and see if I can figure out what I did wrong. Oh, logic, what a noob. Alright, let me check this out, and I'll be back with you shortly. Hi Guy. Alright, so I've been looking around the iron farm and I've checked out the world download, and I've come back to this world. That's why these colours have changed, because it's kind of random for the colours. But I think there's a repeater missing right here under this dude. Yeah, I missed a repeater here I think, so I'm going to pop that in. Now I'm not sure what effect this will have because it looks like we're almost finished. There's only 2 more pistons to go over there. So that may or may not make a difference this time round. But what I'll do is, once it's finished its sequence, I'll set it going again, and then we'll see if it works this time. So I'm going to hit the button again, and let's see if it works this time. Iron Farm, take 2. Here we go my geeks, it's all working. Yep, it's all fixed. That missing repeater and the odd dirt block that I missed fixed it. So here we go. Yeah, these golems coming in pretty frequently. Probably sometimes you get 2 or 3 together, and then maybe you'll wait for maybe, I don't know, 20 or 30 seconds, and then some more come in. And yeah, here's the iron so far. Looking nice, looking nice. This has been running for about an hour and a little bit. So yeah, not bad at all. And we can see it's working because we've got the bounding box mod that shows us all the villages. So here, all the different coloured lines, all the different. There's another one for all the different villages. So yeah, super happy with this. This is going to solve our iron problem. Good stuff, good stuff. Okay, but there is one thing that I don't like about this, and that is that when you're down on the ground, this thing is a bit of a monstrosity. It's you know, it's a bit ugly, and I think we should cover it up. Yeah, that's my next plan. So all the resources I've been gathering are for something that we can use to cover this thing up so we don't have to look at it. And also it'll give us a platform so we can build on it and maybe kill these golems in a more interesting way. Look, there's 3 of them in there now. Check that out. And also a proper like storage room, things like that, because I think, you know, 1 double chest is not going to cut it. So it'd be nice to have like maybe a big storage room here just for the iron, so we can fly up here, grab our iron, AFK, that kind of thing. I mean, we're in the spawn chunk, so we don't have to AFK, but you know, give us the option if you want to. So yeah, I think I want to have a big platform, and I want to hide this thing. So that's the next job, and it's taken about 4-5 hours to gather all the resources for this platform. So yeah, let's get on with it. Alright, and as you watch me build up this platform, I thought I'd talk about how I actually did it. You might not be able to tell what it is right now, but you will soon. And yeah, as I was working on this in creative, my son saw me working on it and he said, "Dad, how did you do that?" So he was pretty surprised, pretty shocked. So yeah, I thought it'd be interesting to kind of talk about it as I build this thing up. So yeah, so the first thing I did was I searched Google for images of this particular thing that you'll see shortly, and then there is a website that you can upload any image to, and it will turn it into a map of blocks. And what's cool about that is you can also select the kind of blocks that it will include. So by default it will include all blocks, but if you want to take out things like diamond blocks and gold blocks, things like that, then you can do that. And yeah, so that's what I did. So I took out all the expensive blocks. I also took out blocks that I didn't really have enough farms to cover, like the nether wart block. Obviously, because this thing is predominantly red, that came up quite a lot. and that would be really expensive. So yeah, took that out, and then that will basically generate a Minecraft function. You can also specify how big you want this thing. So obviously the bigger you have it, the more blocks it will use and the more pixels, so you get a better image. But yeah, it will generate a function. You can then import that into your world. So I imported that into a creative world, and then I turned that into a schematic like we did for the Death Star. And then you can use schematic to give you a list of materials. There's a materials button, so I then did that and I got a whole list of materials, and I made a spreadsheet out of it. And then I went around my world and collected all those resources, and it took quite some time. And then once you've got all the resources and you've got a schematic, it's then just a case of going around and placing all the blocks. So pretty much the same as we do for the Death Star. We don't use the print mode because that is way too cheaty for me. But yeah, we go around placing all the blocks that we need, and as we go, eventually it starts to take shape, and yeah, we get a finished product at the end. So I'm sure as you're watching this, you can get a good sense of what the final thing will be. And for all those things I've mentioned, I'll stick a link in the description so you can go and try this out for yourself. But yeah, hope you enjoy the time lapse, and I hope you enjoy this platform. Here we go, my geeks, look at that. We've got 4 golems in there, 2 burning up, another 2 in the queue. Oh, and another one coming in. Oh, this farm is kicking out the iron. I've had to add some more chests, so check this out. All this, all of this, all of this. So, you know, approaching 2.5 double chests of iron and poppies, and more coming in. This thing is awesome. Really good stuff. And if I turn on my bounding box mod, you can see a bit better. Here's all the colours. So each colour is a different village. As you can see, it's all working and they're all centred right here. So this is really good stuff. So one thing I just wanted to mention is something I didn't before, and that is, why am I using a resettable iron farm? Why is resettable iron farms important? And that is because what can happen is when the world reloads, either sometimes if you relog or if you go to another dimension and then come back here, all of these different villages can merge into one, and then of course it just turns back to a normal village, a normal iron farm with one village. So a resettable one will reset all the villages to be separate, and yeah, without too much bother, without having to replace all the doors and that kind of stuff. So that is the reason why. Yeah, so as you can see, been making this a lot of progress with our platform. I'm sure you can guess what it is by now. But yeah, so in the time lapse you kind of saw how that was all coming together, and I explained how I did it all. Now, one of the pain points I'm finding is when I've got these holes here, and the reason for these holes is because they are wood logs and they face downwards. And so you might have seen in the time lapse quite a few times, I have to have like a dirt pillar, put some water, swim down their water column, and then place the logs in the right way. So that is a bit painful and takes a bit of time. But yeah, let me show you the schematic. So show you what that looks like if I show that. So you can see not much changed here. So all of these blocks are all in, but here you can see here's the wood logs that are missing. So we need to do those. They're a bit time consuming, so I'm going to come back to them. Obviously also we have to spend time lighting up the platform. We don't want to have mobs, don't have a creeper turn up and then blow half of it up. That would be bad news. But yeah, the next big area is this area right here. This is kind of like the side of one of his legs, I think. So that's all cool. So we need to do that. And then we've got just the bottom over here to do. So all of this area needs to be done too. And yeah, this is very time consuming. It's not so bad when there's like areas where it's all similar blocks. So here won't be too bad because they're all kind of, I could probably hold all of the blocks in my inventory, I reckon, for this area, so that won't be too bad. But the area up there for his hand was, and his head, there's so many different blocks, and like you need the odd 1 or 2 blocks here and there. You have to keep coming back to your shulker boxes, changing out blocks, and that is time consuming. Yeah, so this has taken to do the time lapse you've seen so far, I think took about 6 hours to place all of this stuff. Oh my geez. And that's obviously with the help of schematic, just to make sure we put the right blocks in the right place. It would have taken a much longer time. Oh look, there's more golems queuing up. See you later, bro. So yeah, just wanted to show you what it looks like from here. And now I'm going to crack on and place the rest of these blocks and get this platform finished. Alright my geeks, we are done. All done. Now, before I give you the big reveal in a proper way, obviously you can see it all here, but yeah, before I give you the big reveal underneath, because it's supposed to be hiding all of this of course, and we need to have a look at that properly, we've got one more job to do before we can do that, and that is to light it up underneath. So if you were to look at this underneath now, it would be very dark and you wouldn't be able to see very much. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go all over this platform and I'm going to, at various points, make a hole. For example here, make a hole here, put some glass in of the same colour, and then put a carpet on top of the same colour, and make sure there's a light source next to it. So the idea being that during the day, and also at night of course, we get light coming through these holes that are sporadically spread across the platform. So then when you look at it from underneath, it's all illuminated and you can actually see what it is, because at the moment you can't. It's just a big black blob in the sky. And also this also casts pretty big shadow underneath. So it's night time now, but at daytime, oh my geez, there's a big, oh you can see here, look at this shadow, a big old shadow, which yeah, mobs like very much, and I need to deal with that. So I'm going to stick a bunch of light down there as well. So yeah, that's the next job. Do some lighting. And then we're on to the final part of this project, and then we're all done. So let's do some lighting and I'll be back with you shortly. Alright, the lighting up has been completed. Yep, I've gone through and every now and again I've made a hole, put some glass down of the same colour with a carpet on top, some light next to it. You see there's a few here and here. Yeah, so all the way around, another one here, a few here. So you get the idea. So now we should be able to see it from underneath. So now it's the time for the big reveal. Let's see, I'm right here in the middle. Have you guessed what it is? I'm sure you have. Let's go down and check this thing out. Let's go this way, make sure it's the right way around. Oh, here we go. Check it out. Oh my geez. Well, a bit too far. There we go. Look at that. Iron Man. That looks awesome. Oh my gosh. Looks so good. Oh, brilliant. That has taken a long time. I think I've mentioned it a few times, but yeah, I think in total with resource collection and laying all the blocks and the lighting, probably around 12 hours of work. But yeah, well worth it. Well worth it. That looks awesome. Really pleased with that. And it hides our iron farm, which is really good. Right, so let's go back up here, and I've got one more piece of work I'd like to do to complete this project. If I just zoom up here really fast. So here we are, here's our iron farm. Now if I was to show the villages, you'll notice that it's all red. Oh, that's because all the villages have merged together. I just relogged and they all merged, so this is why we have to have the reset. So we need to reset this, but obviously the button for it is up here, which is a bit awkward. So what I'd like to do is build a room underneath here, move the button down so we can press the button from inside this room. Also have a whole bunch of storage for all the iron we're going to get. And also the other thing I'd like to do is I'd like to have a way to kill the golems manually if I want, because I want to get the heads. Yeah, we want to get the golem heads. And at the moment we can't get those. So I'd like a way to be able to kill the golems manually. So I'm going to start building something up. And yeah, I'll bring you in and show you some progress as we do it. And here we are in the golem killing chamber. And yeah, there's a few changes I'd like to make here first of all. So yeah, as I mentioned, one of the things I'd like to do is kill the golems manually, because I'd like to collect their heads if I like. So normally it will be in this kind of automatic mode where the water will push them into the lava. But what I'd like to be able to do is redirect the golems maybe this way. and then let them fall into a chamber over there somewhere maybe, where I can kill them. All right, so I'll just knock something together here, and just wanted to quickly show you. So the idea here is we have this water source in the corner here, which will push the golems this way. But what I'd like to be able to do, we've got some slime blocks here. It's got a piston underneath there. Same deal on this side. Got a piston that's actually extended at the moment, just under there. And what I'd like to be able to do is give this redstone some power, which will lift up these slime blocks and retract those slime blocks. And then this water, because it's in the corner, will then go this way. So if I just do that now, if I put a torch right in here, we'll see those slime blocks have come up, and these slime blocks will come down, and now the golems will go this way. So obviously I need to make this a bit longer and into a chamber. But yeah, that's the first thing. So we need to wire this up to a button or a lever or something over there. Yeah, so I'm going to build this up and then give us a way to kill these golems manually. Alright, and the room is starting to come together. I've worked out a rough floor plan. So yeah, in you come through this big entrance, and we're going to have, where this glowstone is, we're going to have various chests to hold the ingots, and also over here we're going to store the blocks that we craft up. And I've added a lever right here to switch the killing method. So behind that is just a quick torch tower into a bunch of redstone, which comes into where we had the torch previously, where I showed you, and that goes into these two pistons. And there's a torch at the end of that one to invert it. So that controls the slime blocks, which will control where the golems go. So that's that bit. And also I've added this button right here, has to be a wooden button, and that is to reset the villages, which goes into this piston, which ends up pushing up this redstone into this piston, which raises up this bit of redstone, which powers this, which goes into here, and what powers this. So I've already pressed the button, so yeah, the villages are currently resetting. So hopefully within next maybe 20-25 minutes they should be all ready to go. Alright, so all I've got to do now is add the chests up here, add a portal in the middle. I think I'm going to do. I'm going to add an item filter to separate out the poppies, and then we're pretty much done. So let me finish up this room and I will bring you back. Alright my geeks, we are pretty much done, and I've got a special passenger. Do you know who he is? Oh, wrong way. Logic. Went all close there. Can we guess who this guy is? And we're going to the iron farm. Oh yeah. Trying to get organised up in this nether. I think we're going to have to start doing the nether hub at some point soon. But hopefully around here there is a portal. Yep. Alright. I'm going to get this dude in this portal and I'll show you where he's going to live. And here we go. Got an iron golem to kill manually. Just trying to get some heads. Yeah, so this iron farm is pretty much done. In fact, I say pretty much. It is done. Yeah, and I've got an iron head. I've got an iron golem head. I got that a few minutes ago. So yeah, this is all working. Very nice indeed. So if we want to stock up on iron golem heads rather, we've got a nice easy way to do it. Still only one head, but that's all cool. We'll stick it back to auto kill. Oh yeah, and here is our special friend Tony Stark. Here he is, Tony Stark in the Iron Man. Where else would he have to go? There he is, and there's a portal there so we can get to the iron farm from the nether. And here's what it looks like from the outside. Let's go around here. Yeah, so I think we could do some improvements for sure to make it look a bit nicer, but for now it's good enough. And all of these blocks obviously came from this iron farm, so it's been kicking them out absolutely. I have reset it a few times since I've gone to the nether, but yeah, we're still gathering all the iron in here. Just got a few chests here that I can store iron blocks and maybe other iron materials that I craft up. And then just to show you what happens, the hoppers that collect the iron that way direct it around here. So I need to put droppers on top of these. I will do that for sure. And then I have an item filter here that filters out all the poppies and they go straight into lava. And just where these chests are that collect all the ingots, just got a comparator there and a bit of redstone that loops up back on top. And so for each of the columns of chests we have an indicator, and that will tell me whether this column is filled up or not. So I don't know how long it will take to fill all this up, but it means I can easily come into here, craft up the blocks and stick them in here for storage. So yeah, this is all done. The iron farm is now done. Oh, so happy. I'm so happy this is done. Ah, great. So happy. So let's have another look at this thing from underneath and see what we reckon. Let's fly down here. I've lit up underneath to take away pretty much all of the shadow. But let's just fly down here, land on the centre of our spawn, and look up. And there he is, Iron Man. Oh yeah. Check that out. Check that out. What a cool thing. Oh, so happy. Alright, now it's just time for one last thing. That's right, and that one last thing is the Hall of Fame. Oh yes, and today is this guy next to me, Ethan McDonald. So prolific in the comments. Yeah, so thanks Ethan for all of the positive and supportive comments over the series. I think Ethan probably comments every single episode and always has something positive to say, loads of suggestions as well. So thanks buddy, keep it coming. Really appreciate all the feedback and the support. Good stuff, good stuff. Alright, and that is about it for this episode. And well, this project took 2 episodes to complete, so a pretty epic project. I'm really happy how it turned out. We're getting an insane amount of iron now, which is great, and we can reset it, and we've decorated it with a proper massive Iron Man. So awesome, so awesome. So if you liked the episode, then leave a like and leave a comment as usual. Always looking for your feedback. And yeah, I must apologise, I haven't replied to many comments recently. Things have been pretty hectic around here. But yeah, I'm going to get back to that. I do read all the comments as soon as they come in. So keep them coming and I'll get back and reply as soon as I can. So thanks very much my geeks, and I'll see you next time.